Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around this beautiful, beautiful world. How are you on Friday? I'm so cold today, hence I'm wearing like layers. Tell me in the comments how you're doing on Friday. Today we're going to talk about the 3 mindsets that's going to help you to have a really successful TEDx, but also to become a TEDx speaker in a very successful way. I can't wait to share this with you. So let me know where you're watching from and how are you doing on Friday. Happy Friday. It's amazing. 21st of January. And today, by the way, tomorrow, I have my birthday. I'm going to be 44. Wow. Amazing. Okay. The 3 mindsets that's going to help you to become a TEDx speaker. First, I want to walk you through different mindsets I've been seeing among so many people last year for the past 12 months. I have to say that I spoke with more than 100 people. Majority of them did not become TEDx speakers, and something was holding them back. Of course, it's their mindset. And I want to walk you through the different mindsets today because it's really important. And if you have any of those, feel free to share with a yes, so I can explain to you why that mindset is going to hold you back. So mindset number 1, which really holds back people and hold them off, put them on the bench waiting, is actually when people, and I love this, when people say, oh, I'm writing a book, and the moment when I finish my writing, I'm gonna get on TEDx. 2 years later, they're like, I think I wanted to do a TEDx, but I didn't do it so far. I'm still writing my book. I'm not sure what to do with this. Okay, so here is something I want you to remember today. Books and TEDx are very different things. Really different things. If this is what your mindset is right now, that you have to finish your book before you get on TEDx, you have to know that rule number 1 on TEDx, there are many rules, but rule number 1 is that you cannot go on TEDx and you cannot say, I'm an author of this book, or I wrote this book, go and buy it on Amazon or, in your local bookstore. This is forbidden on TEDx. So it doesn't matter. It's kind of like, I'll tell you what. So let me do this comparison. It's kind of like I have to brush my teeth before I get on camera to do my podcast or to shoot a video for my social media. It's like this. No one will know that you brushed your teeth, right? It's that amazingly, I'm sorry, silly. So the reason why I'm saying this is silly, because it's really holding you back from getting on TEDx stage. If you really want to get on TEDx, if you really do want to publish your book, take them as 2 very separate things. They don't depend on each other, okay? So please, please, please don't leave that mindset to hold you back. There is a greetings from Germany. Hi, Tim. How are you today? How you've been doing this week? How is your week going? Yes, this is something I would love to hear from you. And how is it in Germany? It's so cold here. Okay, so mindset number 2, what I want to talk about, and it's another mindset which is really holding people off and away from TEDx, is that the people contact the organizers once they sent like 10, 20, 50 applications, and 2 or 3 months later they're like, I wonder what happened with all these applications I've been doing. I had this call with a lady from Canada. She said that she was applying for 2 years for different TEDx organizers, and most of the time she didn't hear from them. And then I help her with her application, specifically how to fill in the application in a very specific way. I think a week later or a week and a half later, she called to say like, I'm approved. Like now I've got a spot, and it's like going for the next level. So if you're one of those people who are really contacting once the organizers, this is really gonna hold you off. And the reason why is this, because You can't just contact someone once and expect some kind of result. You need to be really consistent in speaking with all the people you want to be on their stage, right? And I'm going to come back on this one because this is a mindset as a success, and I'm going to speak a lot more about consistency and how to make that one. But if you did apply for like 10, 20, 30 different organizers, you didn't hear anything from them only once, this is the reason, because you only contacted them once. And this is a mindset what I want you to drop, because it's not going to take you where you want to be. Now, another mindset, which is literally, I'm going to call it the mindset of being freaking out. Okay. So, the moment when people are accepted for TEDx, they know that they have a date, and let's say they're going to be on stage on 21st of January. 5 days before that, they're like, oh my God, I need to do my script. I need to start remembering. I need to prepare, So this is the mindset of freaking out. Okay. So don't lay back and be like, I've got enough time. Everything is fine. And then 5 days before the event is like, like everything is going on in your mind. Of course, your mind is going to freak out. This is a lot of people do that, by the way. It wouldn't be just you, I can tell you, but drop that mindset, because the moment when you have a date for your TEDx event, just start preparing with your script. And then with all the ideas, with the time, do improve the script with a lot more powerful words in the script. So take it as a work in progress. The script for your TEDx is a work in progress. The moment when you finalize the script, then start practicing. It's a body language, is a voice intonation, is poses what you need to put there, is where you're going to smile, where you're going to put jokes, how you walk on stage. All this needs to be practice and practice and practice. So the mindset of freaking out is not helping anyone. You know that. We were the same in school. I was the same in school, I can tell you. Like when I was in university and I had to prepare for all my exams, pretty much in 5 days, I would learn everything what I supposed to learn 2 months before that, and that was allowed by the system. So, and I was one of those. But with TEDx, I do completely different approach, and that is not the mindset of freaking out. I can tell you that. Okay, put a yes or no if any of those mindset you heard so far is something you've been doing. I want to hear from you how you're doing on application process, or if you already have a date. That's going to be really, really good to know. Now, another mindset, the mindset number 4, what I want to tell you is I'm going to call it the mindset of disappointment. A lot of people say, I don't need a coach for whatever reasons, like I don't have money right now, my budget is very small, I don't understand why do I need the coach, but I don't need a coach. And when they get on stage, they always comes out off stage and they say, I was okay on stage, but I really could have been much better, and I want you to deliver the talk in a much powerful and impactful way. Now, the coaches like me are here to help you to be super impactful and super powerful. It's not just about the script. It's not just about how you deliver it on stage, but it's also what happens after the TEDx talk has been recorded and then published. In that period of time when it's a lot happening between you being on stage and deliver it and then it's published, that's a lot of preparation. Your coach job is to prepare you for what is next, because majority of the speakers, this is also another mindset. I don't have a name for that mindset yet, but majority of the speakers is like, my job is going to finish the moment when I'm on stage and I deliver my talk. That's when the fun starts. I can tell you, that's when the first is like, You just deliver it. It's a lot of hype, I can tell you. It's like the feeling is amazing when you get off stage and you really deliver it very well. But that's when the fun starts, when your talk is now published out to the world, and when you want to really blast it out to all the strangers who never seen your face, they never heard your name, and that's when they're gonna be drawn towards your talk to see, to watch your wisdom, to learn from your wisdom, to learn from your ideas. I'm gonna go to the comments. Achim says, no, that's great. That is good that you don't have any of those mindset. The last mindset, what I want to walk you through, is also called disappointment. People also think that they don't need a coach, the mindset. But what happens is that the moment when the talk is out, and I'll tell you this, in December, it was really shocking for me. The worst what I've seen for the December TED Talks. I haven't looked at the January yet, because I usually look on the last day of the month. But in December, there were talks with 7 views, with 26 views, 28, 29 views. And I was like, I really felt bad for those TEDx speakers, because they put so much energy, so much efforts to prepare to really get on stage and really share what they have in their mind, share their story. And some of those stories are really personal stories, I can tell you. You have to be really having the guts to get on stage and the balls to get on stage and be vulnerable and share your personal story is like huge. I can tell it's huge. And then it's a huge disappointment to see your own talk on YouTube and then to have 28 views. That's just a huge disappointment. Okay. So again, the job of the coach is actually to what I do with my module 4. I've got soon to be a TEDx speaker formula. There are 4 modules. There were 5 with the 5th one what I added last month. But the 4th module is called Magnify. Magnify because what I put there is 38 different social media strategies, so we can plug those strategies into the YouTube description. And if you subscribe for my newsletter, I did an article about 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. It's called and that goes also for YouTube, the title. So search it, go to my profile on LinkedIn and search for that article. It's really good one. And I explain like YouTube hacks, because once your video is ready to be uploaded, you have to plug all these YouTube hacks, because you want YouTube to work for you. This is the role of the coach, to put the hashtags, the tags, the category, the file name, the description, your bio, how people are going to contact with you. This is the place to sell yourself. So if you had the mindset with the books, what I gave as examples, you don't sell yourself on stage. You're not allowed to say anything around yourself. It is the TED Talk is about you, but it's not for you. However, in the YouTube description, this is where you place in your bio, short bio in the YouTube description. This is where you put all the sales stuff, what you want you to say on stage. Okay. So, and that helps a lot, because all these elements, what I put, the 7 elements of the YouTubes, what I put together with the 38 strategies from module 4. Those 2 in module 4 is basically creating such kind of a trigger. And the moment when they're triggered, now YouTube starts working for you, meaning that because of all the strategies, you start the YouTube to be like, oh my God, this video is getting a lot of tractions. Let me just show it to complete strangers. The moment YouTube starts sharing your video with strangers and the strangers start watching your video, now the fun starts, because you only can sit back and watch, okay? You can share it even more and different ways of sharing on platforms. I'm not talking about just social media platforms, but all the possible platforms out there. But this is only literally like increasing the snowball effect what YouTube has. But then YouTube is like, the more views it gets every day, the snowball effect is growing and growing, is getting bigger and bigger. I hope that makes sense. Put a yes or a no in the comments if everything what I was explaining about the 7 elements and the 38 social media strategies, this is what is like super, super important, because I don't want you to have that mindset of like, oh my God, I'm disappointed. I didn't hire a coach, and now I've got 28 views on my talk. It's just like, I don't know. It's out of any kind of success, but it's kind of a super disappointment. And I'm sure that the speaker was super disappointed. I actually, you know what? Put the 1 for yes and 2 for no. I'm gonna tell you this. I might do a chart at the end of the month, which is like for the lowest amount of views for talks. I'm not saying bad talks. There's no such thing as a really bad TED talk. There's no such thing, but really low amount of views, because those talks I saw in December, like 5 and 7 views and 28 views, really broke my heart. So I was thinking, if I can help them somehow, that would be to make them somehow visible. So I was thinking maybe I should do a chart with the lowest amount of the views for the month as well. And people who are reading my articles, they can go and play and watch it, because some of them, honestly, some of them are really amazing talks. They just didn't have a coach to walk them through the whole process as of how to trigger the engine of YouTube and how to make YouTube to start working for them and creating that snowball effect to start rolling views. Okay, speaking about 5 different mindsets. Now, let me tell you the 3 mindsets for success. The mindset number 4 for success is actually about consistency. And I know that you know that, okay, but we rarely do that. So here is one thing what I want you to change your mindset as, and I mentioned it very quickly about 3 minutes ago. Now, with consistency, when you start doing your application process, what I want you to do is this. I want you to contact all these 10, 15, 20 TEDx organizers. But a week later, I want you to contact them again. A week later, I want you to contact them again. So don't think that, because you're texting them way too often, they're gonna basically cut you off. That's not the point. We are all super busy. You need to know that every TEDx organizer is a volunteer. So every person working in the team is a volunteer. They have their own job during the day. They trying to catch up with emails and LinkedIn messages and Instagram messages and Twitter messages and Facebook messages and everything. And honestly, like every evening, they want to also be with their families and so much going on. So if you go and keep asking them like, hey, did you receive my previous message? Hey, can I have any kind of an update for, how can I apply? Hey, did you receive my application? Any of those is going to really serve you, because the people is at some point they're going to come back. Obviously, if they come back to say, we're going to review all the applications in March, and now is 19th of January. You're not going to go every week, to ask them how is going, because it's not March yet. Okay, so be reasonable, but do be consistent, because this is a huge mindset for success. I can tell you this from experience with every single person of all the people what I helped last year. They were on stage. They got on stage because they were really consistent in that messaging to the different organizers. And yes, sometimes it takes a month or 2 months, but honestly, the consistency is what really got them to have a spot on TEDx stage. Now, the next mindset for success is, I call it the brain games are normal. Okay. So the reason why is this: when you start writing your script, what's going to happen is that you're going to have at some point a time when you're going to reread your script and you're not going to be happy. You'll be like, oh, I might say it in a different way. It's not yet powerful enough. So all this is a brain game. Okay, so do start writing your script, and when you're in the shower and a really good idea pops up, just get out of the shower and go and write it down, because it's really important. Add all these super powerful words, but trust me, it's a mind game at some point that is gonna like literally moving you on, like, yes, I'm happy with my script. No, I'm not happy with my script. Yes, I'm happy. This is a mindset. What I want you to know, that it's very normal. So super normal. The brain games are really normal. There is another brain game, normal as a mindset, which is during practicing. So what happens when you start practicing is this: the brain works pretty much for all of us humans in the same way. Okay, so when we start learning, we learn first the sentences, and then the whole paragraph. Then we learn the different paragraphs. We learn the sequence between the paragraphs, and that's where the brain game starts. The brain switch the sequence between the different paragraphs. Or you practice, and you forgot the whole paragraph, the whole like chunk of your story. Okay, this is super normal. So don't take it like, don't freak out. Don't go into the mindset of I'm freaking out. Do stay in the mindset of this is just a brain game, and that brain game is normal. Okay, so stay in that mindset when you practice. And the third mindset for success, what I want you to walk you through today. So just to know that you're with me, put a yes or no if you want me to. Put a yes if everything is clear. Put a no if you want me to walk you through anything what I said so far, so I can go back and check. Let me check very quickly. There is no new comments. Okay, so the third mindset for success is a mindset what I call, I want to go viral. I want my talk to go viral. Okay, so there are two sides of this mindset. This mindset needs to start for you the moment when you're preparing the YouTube details, okay? Because again, the 7 elements of the YouTube are super important, and this is what is gonna trigger the YouTube engine to start working for you. I can't, say it more and more. Like I'm constantly saying this pretty much every Friday now, but I really want you to get into that mindset. Like I do want my talk to go viral, because you already finished your talk, and now the next step, because after delivering your talk, it's not that much down to you what's going to happen with the video, because this is the video editor. But what is down to you is to really work with the coach to work on the 7 elements on YouTube. And I want your mindset to be, I want my talk to go viral. Because again, what's the point of doing a TED Talk if no one ever finds it on YouTube? It's a no-brainer there, right? And in that mindset, there is a second part of that mindset. I want to my talk to go viral. So when your talk is published, when you have that mindset for success, and you do want your talk to go viral, what's going to happen is that when it's published, you start executing the 38 different strategies for social media and all the different platforms. And what's going to happen is that you're going to trigger even more the YouTube engine to start the snowball effect, because something needs to start the snowball effect. Like every machine needs to start at some point. You're the one who is starting it, okay? And then is the YouTube picking it up and start rolling it, okay? So hope that makes sense. So just to very quickly recap, the 3 mindsets for success is consistency. When you apply for TEDx, please be consistent in not just applying, but connecting with those people and getting that connection until you got basically the answer as of, is your application approved? Is it not? And then you can move on. But just be consistent when you speak with other TEDx organizers. That is not a bad thing. It's actually a really good thing. The second mindset for success is the brain games. They're super normal when you write your script, when you practice. Brain games are super normal, so don't take it like this is abnormal, okay? And the third mindset to success is I want my talk to go viral. A lot of people I've seen that actually they have a fear of being famous. So think about that. If you have that fear, I would say you have to really think, you have to work on your mindset for success, because that is really huge. Achim is saying, have a great weekend. Thanks a lot. No problem at all. Have a lovely, lovely weekend, Achim. And I'm going to see you next Friday. Okay, I am done speaking for today. Follow me on LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube and Facebook, from where you're watching it right now. Do put a thumbs up if that information was really useful for you, and share it with all the people you know that they do want to become TEDx speakers. But the first mindsets, the 5 mindsets, what I put at the beginning, is something what you've seen as a pattern in their mind. And by sharing this video with them, they will basically realize that they're doing it, so they can stop it, and they can definitely become a TEDx speaker and drop everything what doesn't work for them because of their mindset, but embed the 3 mindset: consistency, the brain games, and I want my talk to go viral. I'm wishing you an amazing, amazing weekend ahead. Sending you a lot of love, energy, wherever you are around this world. I'm going to see you next Friday. Have a great